What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Up back into the video today, and today the Houston Astros losing to the Philadelphia Phillies in spring training 6-3, and a Friday afternoon game for the Houston Astros, and World Series rematch as well. Even though the Astros starters were not playing, there was one player on the team today that you did see in the World Series, but outside of David Hensley, that was it for the Astros. That was the only guy that played today for the Astros that was a part of the World Series team. So that was really it. So the Astros lose 6-3. All the starters played yesterday. Look, I mean, the opening day lineup that you will see in the exact order to opening day against the New York Yankees is the exact same lineup that we saw yesterday. Altuve, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Brea at 5, Diaz, McCormick, Jeremy Pena, and Jake Myers. It was the exact lineup for the Astros yesterday. And then if you're thinking about a guy like Marcio Dubon, he was pinch hitting for Jose Altuve. He came into the game to replace Jose Altuve, so he played yesterday as well. A lot of our main players played yesterday, and that's the first game or day we've seen every main player for the Astros in the same game. That's been kind of separated. One day we'll see, it's kind of been where one day we'll see everybody, all the main guys like Altuve, Bregman, and Abreu, you name everybody, and then we'll see 6 or 7 out of the main 9 starters, and then the next day you'll see Yainer Diaz, Chas McCormick, Jake Myers in the next lineup. But yesterday the thing was that everybody was playing in the lineup, and that was kind of cool. But now today, going into today's game, no one really played. I mean, we had some. This was kind of a game for the Astros where they got to prioritize some of their guys that are fighting to try to make it to the opening day roster. And I think there were some guys like Corey Julks who got to try to, make a better name for himself going into the final couple weeks of spring training, and other guys in the lineup today that are trying to battle through. And I think that was a good chance for some of those guys. And the Astros had 8 hits today, so yeah, 6-3 final score, 10 hits for the Phillies, 8 for the Astros, 2 errors in the ballgame, both go to the Astros. When it goes to Suarez, he's 1-0 in spring. He pitched 3 innings in the first out of the 4th inning. Give it 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 0 walks. Loss goes to one of the best prospects on the team, the 3rd best prospect on the Astros pipeline. That's Spencer Aragati. He's 0-1 this spring. Pitched the first 3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Scoring summary. So the first couple innings, the Phillies were having their way, and man, did Bryson Stott have himself a ball game today. He was knocking run after run. He had, 4 RBIs today? Or was it more? Stott had, 4 RBIs. So it starts off, JT Realmuto hits a single to left, Turner scored, and Harper to second. It's 1-0. First inning, then Stott grounds out to second. Harper scored. Realmuto to third. That's RBI 1 out of 4 for Stott. It's 2-0. Then Dahl hits a double to right. Castellanos scores. It's 3-0. Here we go. Bryson Stott, home run to right, 369 feet. Realmuto scored. It's 5-0. And how about Stott again in the 5th? Single to left. Harper scored. Realmuto to second. It's 6-0. So the Astros are down 6-0. 6th inning, Corey Julks with a home run to left, 6-1. I believe that was his 2nd home run of spring. Then the 9th inning, the Astros score 2 more runs, and that is a Bastadas double to left. Quincy Hamilton scores. It's 2-6. And then Stevens single to center. Bastadas scored. It's 3-6 in the 9th. Astros finish off with 2 runs in the 9th. All right, let's go over Astros individual hitting. Joey Lopefito, top prospect, he's our 6th best prospect, has been great throughout spring, but he went 0 for 3 today for the Astros, unfortunately. And he's still batting .357 this spring, though. He struck out twice. They grounded out. He was replaced by another top prospect, Jacob Melton, the 1st best prospect, number 1, and he had 1 at-bat, struck out swinging in the 9th. Pedro Leon also replaced him. So Jacob Melton and Leon both replaced Lopefito. Leon got 1 at bat, and just like Melton, he struck out swinging. So they both replaced him. And he struck out swinging in the eighth. Corey Julks went 2 for 3 today. You know, great day for Corey Julks. He was probably the best, player in the lineup for the Astros today. So he went 2 for 3. He had a single in the first to left, and he homered in the sixth to left. So two hits for Julks. Kennedy Corona replaced him, another top prospect. I believe he's 12th on the list, and he went 0 for 1 in his only at-bat with a line out. Will Wagner played first base and third base today for the Astros. He went 0 for 4. Hernandez replaced him. He didn't have any at-bats. David Hensley, they played third base and first base just like Will Wagner. They switched off. And David Hensley had himself a really solid day, and he's having a very solid spring. He's batting .250 this spring. Singled to right in the fourth, and he walked in the sixth. He was replaced by C.J. Stubbs, brother of a Philly player, Garrett Stubbs. Garrett did play today. So brother versus brother today. Garrett Stubbs had a single in the seventh. He's a former Astro. So they're now they're on opposite sides. But CJ Stubbs, replaced him and had one at bat. He was 0 for 1. Then you have Trey Cabbage, who played the whole game and was 1 for 3, double to right in his only hit, and then grounded into fielder's choice, so he got on base and struck out swinging. Then Luke Berryhill was at DH for the Astros today, and he was 1 for 3. He had a single to left, Cabbage to second, and he struck out swinging twice in the second and sixth. He was replaced by Quincy Hamilton, who scored a run and tripled to center in the ninth inning. So great speed by Quincy Hamilton. He's having a good spring as well. He's hitting .333 this spring. Greg Kessinger was 0 for 3 today, playing shortstop for the Astros. He grounded out twice to get the first one was to get Cabbage to third, and then he grounded out to shortstop. Bastadas was 1 for 1 today with a double in the ninth to score Hamilton, and he replaced Kessinger. So in his only at bat, he had an RBI double. Shea Whitcomb was 0 for 3, struck out 3 times in all of his at-bats, and he still had a good spring. He's batting .286 this spring. He was replaced by Stevens, who was 1 for 1, hit a single to center in the ninth for a run to score in Bastadas. He's batting .300 this spring. Cesar Salazar was the catcher today, and he was 0 for 3. He struck out, flied out, and lined out. He is not having the good spring that we saw him have last year. I think he hit over 300 or maybe almost 400 last spring. He was on fire for the Astros last spring training, but it's not the same. Garcia replaced him and had one at bat, and he grounded into fielder's choice. Outside of Spencer Argotti pitching, there wasn't anybody really who stood out. Contreras pitched the fourth. He had 2 strikeouts. That was nice. Didn't give up any hits, no walks. Joel Cano pitched the fifth, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. He's not having a great spring. McDonald pitched the sixth inning. He gave up 0 hits, 0 walks, 1 strikeout. Drew Strotman pitched the eighth as well, and he gave up 1 hit, but did have 2 strikeouts, so he's had a good spring. Let me know your thoughts on the game for the Astros in the comment section. Astros lose 3-6, and that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.